Hey everybody, JD here. Hope you're doing well. Well, we've got something special for you in this video. Ever since the COVID crisis hit Minnesota and our world, we at North City have been thinking about what this means for us to fulfill our mission, to love our neighbors in the way of Jesus. And maybe the ways that we've been thinking about loving our neighbors don't make sense much in this season. So what we did is Pastor Christian Ann and Nicole Price, who's one of our leadership team members, sat down for a few minutes and just chatted together about brainstorming some ideas about how you can love your neighbors in the way of Jesus. So here's a quick video of them sharing just a few ideas about how they're thinking through loving the people they do life next to.
Two things. What can our family do? Like, what if and I thought, like, just realistically, what could we do for someone if they needed help? We could do yard cleanup or raking. We could pick up groceries, and we could do like a phone call check-in. Like, those feel real low impact for our family, and we would have time to do those things.
Yeah.
So like if someone needed help in those ways. And then I thought, like, how do we get kids involved? And, make it a conversation about, gosh, I've been feeling kind of lonely. It's hard to be in the house. Or like, are you missing your friends at school? Or I'm missing seeing my church family. So our neighbors are probably feeling that too. So what would be a way to show them love? And that, like, we're here for them, even though we're physically not here for them.
Right.
So these are the ideas I wrote down for that. And that would be, and how do we show love in a homemade way or like an authentic way? Like Madeline likes to create origami. So like, what if we just dropped off little origami flowers or something that said, to brighten your day? Or what if we printed off some poems and said just some reading enjoyment, or a note of encouragement, or Jana Huffman sent our family a riddle in the mail. So what if we did like, dropped off a little riddle or like a scavenger hunt, so just like really simple, creative things. And I think each person has their own level of creativity. It could just be like a scribbled piece of paper, right? Or a coloring sheet. We know you have kids, hope you enjoy the coloring sheets.
Yes.
Or something like that. So that would be another low impact, or, just, it wouldn't take too much. Another one that our school community is doing is like a I need board.
Oh,
and they're doing that through a Google Doc. So we don't know our neighbors well enough to do any sort of like I need.
Yeah.
And a lot of their I need is around services. So like I need someone to help me navigate unemployment, or I have this specialty, I'm a lawyer, does anyone need help in this way?
Yeah.
So that's like a little higher level.
And I think that could easily be done on like a neighborhood Facebook page, because I know that those exists. Like I'm a part of the Victory neighborhood page, and you could just start like hey, post 3 things that you could help offer a neighbor, and like, I'm good at navigating unemployment stuff. I can go get groceries, like 3 things that you could do. And then what could be so cool is just neighbors saying like, I can do these things.
Yeah, I can do these things, or I need that, or I need help with that service. So the one thing it's been in the back of my mind and I just haven't done it. And I think the barrier is, I feel like it's just one more thing to do.
All these things feel like
right.
I mean,
right.
If you're not already stressed and high anxiety, like by default personality, you are now.
right. Oh my gosh. Katie
like,
and I talked yesterday.
Do I have a fever?
Yeah. Right.
It's a real thing, Let's just acknowledge that like, that's why
absolutely
us making a list of these things and saying pick one.
Yeah. Right.
One this week.
Yes.
That's it.
And then, just be in the present moment. Don't worry about next week, a month, all these. Yep.
Absolutely.
So the Facebook group is the thing that I haven't really looked into amongst my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming there's a Robbinsdale Facebook group, but I would like to talk to my neighbors, which is probably one thing I could do this week, to be like, hey, is there a Facebook group? Do you use it? Or how do I join it or get on it? So that's something I just haven't done.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are great ideas. I had a couple similar ones. So because I can screen share,
Cool.
let me find, I found a really cool scavenger hunt that you can.
And the weather's, getting
now it's nice,
so
right?
nice.
Like, so here's the scavenger hunt that I can, oh, that's not what I wanted. This one. So this is kind of a cool thing that kind of, it's a little Easter themed, like for Holy Ish. And so this could be easily something people print off and say, hey, go on a scavenger hunt with your kids, or on next time you're on a walk with your dog, like just to give people something to do.
Right.
I think in this time, like, I think a lot of us feel like, well, let's just go on another walk.
Oh, I know. I know.
How about that?
Right.
So
just
I think
walk around the block again. Yep.
would be really good. I also,
and this is like, this is the time of year where, hopefully we're having the intentional conversations in our family to be like, okay, how can we reach out to our neighbors? So I think it's a natural rhythm anyway. It just looks different in COVID. So it's not like out of our normal. What we wouldn't do is just like, how do we actually do it is more of our question. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I think the other thing I thought of was putting together some sort of, whether it be Easter bag or just like a paper bag. So thinking about things that you have in your house that you could give away, like a drawing from one of your kids,
right?
Or an extra bottle of hand sanitizer if you have it.
Yep.
A
package of Kleenex. Huh? I didn't hear you.
Roll
Sorry.
of toilet paper.
Toilet paper for eggs.
Like,
yeah.
I think just thinking about the things you already
That's a good idea
in your house, and with a handwritten note. And maybe the next time you're at the store, or you just grab like a plastic bag that you have from grocery shopping, and you hang it on someone's doorknob. And I think this is for neighbors that you have maybe had a conversation with, like people neighbors.
You've waved at them and talked to them. Yeah.
Right. So that they're like, oh, instead of people saying like, oh, who are the Larsons, that they're like, yeah, that's a nice gesture. So, maybe putting together 5 bags and thinking about neighbors you've had a conversation with.
Yeah.
Just thinking of you this week. Here are a few things we had extra of around our house. Feel free to sanitize. Praying for all of us on this block in this time.
Yeah.
Kind of, and I could, so I think like a hand-drawn picture, toilet paper, sanitizer,
boxes of tissues would be okay. Are those like, travel size pack of tissues?
Yeah, I think any type of snack that is plastic wrapped.
That's a good idea. Plastic
we
wrapped
gave away
like little popcorns.
Yep, granola bars, popcorn, something like that you have on hand. I think the homemade goods, like certain people are more comfortable than others. So I think in general, unless you know that they're going to be okay with that, maybe not.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of what JD and I were talking about. And, you could put the scavenger.
That's a good idea. I love that neighbor bag. Yeah, because you could decorate the bag if the kiddos wanted to. Yeah.
Totally. If it's anything paper, use any type of like old birthday bag that you might have sitting
around. Yeah, for sure.
It's forceful. It doesn't have to be, or like I have tons of extra seeds right now that I only use a few of for my little sibling. You could put those in there.
Yep.
Those were a few things like that. That was
cool.
Kind of an idea. So the scavenger hunt, you could put that in there, or you could just write a note and put that on people's doors.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I think, monitoring like a Facebook page that's also I love
Mm-hmm.
that too. I really like the yard work idea. I know that there's a few neighbors around us that already had health issues,
Yeah.
and what would it look like for us to go and bag some leaves for them
Yeah.
now that the snow's all
Great.
you know
Yep.
we have we see the fall that is left over. So
Yeah. Yeah. All the leaves.
yeah. Or like, another thing you could put in there in the neighbor bag is like box brownies, or
Mm-hmm.
a little, if you
Rice
had something like,
Krispies.
right, yeah, exactly, like something that is prepackaged that would be a fun treat to make inside.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbles, that was another thing.
I'm writing that one down. Okay.
Bubbles and sidewalk chalk.
Oh yeah, I thought about like Madeline and I, she's been out drawing on our front stairs, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what if we drew like a big tic-tac-toe sign in front of a few of our neighbors' houses and left some chalk? Yeah.
Yeah, so even just like when you're on your walks, this isn't even to do with the neighbor bag, but when you're on your walks, bring some sidewalk chalk with you.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
write a little note to neighbors.
All over the parkway. Yeah. Like we go to the parkway all the time.